All right, let's look at scenario 2. Now, I did color these up because I just wanted you to see when you get this in your email, I want you to be able to focus. If it's red, it's important that you know why not to code it. This is a 48-year-old cigarette smoker with hemoptysis and chronic cough. This patient is scheduled for an outpatient bronchoscopy with an endobronchial biopsy of the lesion in the bronchus. We have a final diagnosis that's documented as well-differentiated non-small cell adenocarcinoma of the right upper bronchus. And the procedure that was performed is bronchoscopy with the endobronchial biopsy of that lesion in the bronchus. Okay, so I want to look over here. We nailed the diagnosis code. All right, the site is upper right lobe of the bronchus. And I'm going to skip this to go to the adenocarcinoma. You might have found it a different way, but the basics of it's neoplasm, looking up bronchus, looking up upper lobe. Okay, and our code is C34.11. We're not going to code the hemoptysis and the cough because that's integral to the lung cancer. If a patient has those symptom codes and they have lung cancer, then you're going to know that those are integral. And they do code out in the R category. So that's a key factor right there, is when you have a code that's in the R category, think about it. Is it integral to any of the diagnoses that I have assigned? That's your first point. Your second point is at that primary code, secondary code, definitive code in the body system, such as our C34.11. Does it tell me, is there an instructional note that tells me to code the symptoms associated? There's not at C34.11. Okay, so our code is C34.11 and F17.210. All right, let's look at that because we all kind of zipped over here to Z72.0. And I know why. It's obvious, you think, because at C34.11, we're instructed to use an additional code for tobacco use. All right, if we go to Z72.0, all we have is tobacco use. Okay. But we have an excludes for nicotine dependence and tobacco dependence. Physician didn't say dependence, did he? Well, if I bring this down and I come over here and I look up my term, he's a smoker. If I look up smoker, it tells me to see dependence, drug, nicotine. And then when I scroll down, I'm in my index and find a code. When I scroll down, I have a specific code for cigarette smoker, F17.210. So this is where everyone caught that Z72.0, but we should have looked up the term smoker to see if it took us to Z72.0. So we want to make a note there. That's not something that we've seen a lot. I don't think we've used a lot of examples with smokers. So this is good because don't take this at face value. You're going to have to make a note somewhere in your notes to make sure that when you see the term smoker, you know to go and look at smoker. Okay, did we lose somebody? We might have lost Eugenia. I can't tell. She'll be back if we did. All right. Then we
She's
want
on.
to. She's
She's even
on,
raising,
Leslie.
yeah, she's on. She's even raising her hand.
Oh, okay. I cannot see her. All right. I'm going to have to. I'm going to stop my video because it does. All right, Eugenia, I can hear you. I can't. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So that's Z72.0. When you go to dermatology scenario 2, the patient was a cigarette smoker, as indicated here. And they walked.
Oh, Eugenia. Can anyone else hear her?
No.
Okay.
Can't hear.
Give her a few
Okay.
minutes. Eugenia, are you back with us?
No, she's not back yet. I think I understand what she's trying to explain. Why
Okay,
why we
Michael.
wait for her. Yes, in that scenario that she's explaining, we coded it to cigarette dependent. That's the patient, because the documentation stated that the patient is a cigarette smoker. But when we reported it, you said it is wrong to code it because the documentation does not state that the patient depend on that cigarette. So that we should have coded it to Z72.0. So that's what she was trying to explain, I guess. But when she comes back, she's going to explain more better.
Okay. Daniel.
Oh, maybe I should add to what Mike has just mentioned.
Okay.
And then when you go to the section 1 guideline, chapter 5, B2. Section 1, chapter 5, B2. So you look at where it is stated that if the provider says the patient is a smoker, a dependent or a cigarette user, so you code for dependence. If a patient is abusing the cigarette and also a dependence, you code for dependence. If it's a cigarette, is using cigarette use and abuse, you code for abuse. So I think we all read that portion of the guideline. And I look at it, and when I look at this report, I noticed that there's nothing like a dependence, there's nothing like abuse. And then so I decided to say, okay, this patient is just using cigarettes.
Okay. I totally understand the thought process there, because it says tobacco use right here. Here, all it says is smoker. But in ICD-10, when you reference smoker in your index, it gives you a clear definition of C dependence. So what we have to know is that those guidelines are not going to capture all the terms. What they're defining, if I'm correct here in what you're looking at, is that when these terms are documented, dependence, abuse, when there's Eugenia back, I think. When those terms are documented, that we understand where to go and look in our code book. If we had just had that this is a 48-year-old who uses cigarettes, period. And I've seen that. I've seen the physician on a checklist sheet where the category was nicotine and all they put is use. Well, you can't define it as a smoker. A smoker to a physician is someone that's dependent on that cigarette. So there's a difference in the documentation, and these are very good questions. So what you've got to pick up on is what the physician said. In the physician's world, a smoker, if I'm a smoker, and I'm not, but if I was a smoker, then he would consider me dependent, because more than likely in that H&P, you're going to see that I'm smoking 2 to 3 packs a day. But we don't have all that information. What we have here is driving how to find the correct code. And when we have the term smoker, and it's in our ICD-10 index for a reason, because in the medical profession, it's diagnosed as dependent. He's going to see me as dependent. But you will have those cases where you're going to just see the checkoff sheet or the physician documented uses tobacco. You won't be able to determine all of that without full documentation. But when you see the term smoker, you can look that up and arrive at a definitive instead of a Z code. Does that help? Blessing, you have a question.
Yes, Faye.
Okay,
So,
what is it?
all right, so I want to ask, in situations like this that we are not too sure, maybe there are simple things that maybe we should have known, but we are not too sure, and we just want to confirm from the coding manager. Is it right to ask, or the coding manager may feel that at least there are things that we should have known? You know,
Okay.
there are some people that if you ask questions, they say, we thought you should have known these things. But on instance like this, is it appropriate to ask?
Okay, it depends on the coding manager. I'm going to try to turn this back on. If you ask me, I'm going to send you to smoker, and I'm going to remind you, and I'm going to tell you to make a note. The answer to your question, I would say yes, but at the same time, you need to have your little checklist of what that chart says, because in the real world, you're going to have a chart. You should not just have a face sheet with a final diagnosis on it. You're going to have that patient's chart. So you should be able to go into my chart and see if I am truly a dependent smoker, or if I just told the physician I use cigarettes. But yes, you can ask, but you're going to need all the documentation in the chart, because that chart should help you answer your question. Whereas here, this is all we have. And what I'm telling you is that when you see the word smoker and you know it's in your index, it's a diagnosis that has been written by physicians. If smoker is defined as dependence, then this is what you're going to code. And that's why we code it with this.
I have a question.
Okay.
All right. So my network was bad, so I left. Concerning the internship, the CareerWize, the dermatology, the dermatology scenario 2. It was also specified just cigarette smoker. So what makes it different from this one? And when are we to use the Z72.0?
When all you have documented is that the patient uses tobacco.
Okay, so was it a small error in the internship? That's what I want to know, because it's very similar. It also stated just cigarette smoker.
Okay. Which scenario? Because I'll have to go look.
Okay, dermatology scenario 2.
Dermatology 2. Okay, let me go look because I might edit that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. And I didn't code all of those, so I always like to go back and make sure that I read that report
All right.
before I give you an
Thank
answer.
you.
But yeah, I'll send you an answer on the
Okay.
email.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Other questions? Somehow I knew this was going to be a big question because it is. I mean, you look at the guidelines and you look at this chart. The problem here is that all we have is this. The point that I'm trying to bring out is that when you see cigarette smoker, there's a smoker term in the alphabetic index. So if I was denied payment based on this code, I'm going to definitely write a rebuttal, because if I look this up in the index, you tell me another way to code it, is what I would tell the auditor. So you always want to make sure that you can back up what you're coding. And this is a much more specific diagnosis, and it really doesn't make a difference in payment, but you may be doing, we have auditors that come in to physicians' offices, to surgery centers, to clinics, etc. Every healthcare facility of any type, we have auditors that come in and audit coding. And that is to protect the payer, that we're not doing any fraudulent coding. So if I coded this and someone said I should have went with use because it didn't say dependence, I can back it up based on the ICD-10 coding. Does that help?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Bronchoscopy. We had a bronchoscopy with a biopsy of that lesion in the bronchus. Let me look. We all got that. So we did really well. Any questions on that? Okay. I don't see any hands up.